And welcome back to Delaware Boys Nice Football Podcast. Ryan, say what's up to the people.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Start Sit. We're excited to be here. Seems like we're every other week on this, even though we love to be every week. Here we are, ready to roll. So get the questions down there if you're already in. If not, we're just going to talk about the upcoming week of football.
Whew. Shoo. Sorry. I like your mink coat, whatever you got going on, by the way. Just want to throw that out there.
Thanks, man. It's freezing in this room, dude.
It's freezing. By the way, if anybody is a parent like me, you have good nights and bad nights. My wife had to lay in the crib with my daughter to get her to go to sleep, like physically lay in the crib with Hannah. It's awful.
I guess you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, man.
Another Start Sit, biggest week of the year. This is do or die. This is to get into the playoffs. We like the pressure. Here we are. We like the pressure. Just to recap, Thursday night, we've lost to the Cardinals last week, who's currently sitting in the 3 spot. We lost to the Patriots, and they currently sit in the 2 spot. 7-4 with those 2 games on the schedule. You're looking to be 9-4 for us. It was rough. So, but
I mean, just an all-time bad matchup. I'm surprised they put up as many points as they did, either team, to be honest with you. But real quick, just to get Justine got a first question in.
Oh,
appreciate the question. I'll let you go ahead and read that off.
Choose one, half PPR, Elijah Moore, Romeo, Zay, or Josh Downs.
Who Colts got the Bengals? Bengals are the one that have the worst defense this year so far.
So I'm automatically scratching off Elijah Moore off this list.
Yeah, for sure. I'm probably between Dobbs and Zay Jones.
See, I'm between Dobbs and Josh Downs.
I mean, I feel pretty comfortable with Dobbs. I mean, he gets the ball spread around. Dobbs has been pretty consistent. He leads the team in touchdowns, receiving. So, I mean, I love that. I mean, Zay Jones coming back in a burner.
No Christian Watson either. So let's point that out.
Yeah.
I'm between Dobbs and Josh Downs, to be honest.
I'm on Dobbs. That's just me. The thing that worries me with Josh Downs is like the Colts aren't like a fully functioning offense. So it's like you kind of have to depend on the touchdown. Yeah, his target's always going to be there because him and Minshew get down. But give me Dobbs. Touchdown upside. No Christian Watson.
The Packers have who this weekend?
Giants. I mean,
Giants.
They play us.
Yeah, give me Dobbs.
Yeah, that's what.
It's between Dobbs and Josh Downs for me. Yeah. Good question to start, though. Dobbs or Russ? Russ.
Let me just check the matchup. Yeah, Russ.
Yeah. It's not that I have any like ill will towards Josh Dobbs here, but we've seen Josh Dobbs become very turnover prone in this Minnesota offense. Huge addition coming back though. Justin Jefferson is back, ladies and gentlemen. He is back.
Finally, our savior.
My savior. I don't know, man. I'm just a
little hesitant to start Dobbs after the meltdown last week. Now he had a whole week to recuperate from that, but not something I want to throw out there. The way I look at it, this Broncos-Chargers game is going to be most likely high scoring. Neither defense is too nuts, and I would imagine both teams are going to be in it the whole time. I wouldn't be surprised if the Broncos won that game the way the Chargers throw games.
Yeah, I'm going to go Russ here as well. 2 QB league. I have Hurts and Lamar. Would it be crazy to sit Lamar for McKinnon or Hall? Yeah.
Bad weather.
Play your studs. Play Lamar. Bad weather means more rushing attempts for Lamar Jackson. This could be one of those games because he hasn't hit one yet this year. This could be one of those Lamar Jackson 100-yard rushing games, 150 passing yard games, 3 total touchdowns. You play Lamar. At home.
At home.
In the bank.
Well, in the bank, but the weather's a little concerning. But yeah, I mean, I think like you draft these guys in these super flex leagues, Hurts and Lamar going forward. I have that stack in the league too. I'm starting both comfortably. I don't want to take the chance on McKinnon or Hall. Hall's just, I mean, I love Hall. I'm assuming we're talking about Breece Hall here, but Jets offense ain't clicking, man.
Yeah. I mean, before the bye week, Lamar Jackson sat at QB6. So take that with what you want.
Yeah.
This Ravens team's legit. I know it's lost Mark Andrews. I know we can talk about the brutal injuries, but I mean,
it doesn't matter when you have the number 1 defense in the league, and really it's not that close. I mean, the Browns are pretty good too, but they give up a good amount of points. The Ravens.
Yeah. I mean, the Rams are the 21st overall passing defense in the league, guys. So just so you guys are aware, I mean, they're pretty volatile in that area. They're pretty good run defense. Like, I mean, they're top 12 run defense. So please be aware of that as well. If you, Justine, I'm just going to say it like this. If you sat Lamar Jackson and he went up and put up 35, you're going to really kick yourself in the ass for that.
Yeah.
Let your ballers ball out, man. It's playoff week. This is how you get into the playoffs.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. It's the most important week. You got to start. I mean, I understand getting it right is so important because, I mean, not only people are fighting for places in the playoffs, some people are fighting for seeds to get that bye week.
Yeah,
so.
we're playing for seeding too. Not only are we trying to get into the playoffs, we're playing for a better seeding. That means a lot.
For sure.
Need 2 flexes. Higgins, Ridley, Lockett, and Mostert already starting a chain. So off topic or off rip, I'm going Ridley is my number 1 here, no question.
I really don't see any problem with starting Mostert and A-Chain. I mean, that's probably where I'm going. Lockett's kind of getting his job taken by JSN finally. I've never liked T. Higgins. So, I mean, that's on your side. But for me, it's really the Mostert. I think A-Chain and Mostert can definitely both produce the way they run the ball this year.
So this is where it scares me too. As we saw A-Chain get healthier, I watched the target or the touches drop from 22 to 20 to 11 with Mostert. Going into Tennessee against a very solid run defense, if the Tennessee Titans do anything well, it is stop the run. So in all seriousness here, whatever touches Mostert does get, you're looking for him to score with those touches. Last 2 weeks out of the last 3 weeks, we've had 2 weeks under 4 yards per carry. Ridley's my 1, but because of the options I have here, Higgins, haven't seen a whole lot from Higgins. Only person I feel comfortable starting on this Bengals team is Mixon and Chase. I don't feel comfortable with that. Lockett, again, don't feel comfortable. Not even 100% sure that Geno plays with this groin strain. Limited if he is going to play. And they get San Fran.
Tough.
Yeah, I'm probably going Mostert. I'm going to go Ridley and Mostert.
We finally got there.
You have to break it down. Saints D or Packers D? So far, I have Saints.
Yeah.
I'm going Packers.
Probably Packers.
I'm going Packers.
Two terrible offenses. Tommy DeVito or Bryce Young, take your pick. But no, I mean Packers defense. Even though
unless Saquon Barkley
probably a better unit.
Unless Saquon Barkley just comes and absolutely dominates this horrendous Green Bay Packers rushing defense.
Yeah.
But remember, the Saints. This isn't the same Saints defense that you guys have seen over the last 5 years, 7 years. That stretch. I mean, this is a 20th overall defense. What the Packers do well is play the pass. They always have. They've always been horrendous against the run, but they play the pass really well. So give me the Packers in this matchup. Ryan, agree or disagree?
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely the Packers. I mean, I kind of already said my piece with it, but I mean, we're playing the Giants. It's a pretty rough unit.
Bench one: Javonte, Brees, or Flowers? Do I have to?
11-2. Shoo. Bench one. Oof. I mean, just based off weather alone, I tend to immediately go Zay Flowers. It's looking it's going to downpour there, so I don't love receivers in heavy rain. Javonte and Brees playing for the 1 seed on top of that. It's a lot of pressure. 11-2 playing for the 1 seed is wow.
I'll be honest with you. This sounds real crazy, man, but I lean Brees.
Brees?
Yeah, I do. I have not liked what I've seen at all out of this Jets offense. I mean, the last 4 weeks, Brees has had under 3 yards or under 4 yards per carry. It's just the receiving game. It's just the receiving upside that he possesses. I mean,
that's what it is.
This Texans defense much improved. Well,
my thing is like at half PPR, if Zay Flowers goes out there and catches 50 yards and has 3 catches, I mean that's not really doing a whole lot for you.
It also doesn't do a whole lot for you when Brees Hall has 10 carries for 10 yards.
That's true. That's why the Texans.
The Texans are
got them boys right out there.
The Texans are a very improved run defense as well. I'm going to be honest with you. Shit.
I mean, I'm not sitting Javonte, personally.
I'm not sitting Javonte either. I can completely.
He's a lock.
I can completely agree with that statement. Yeah, I'm sitting Brees Hall, man.
We'll be split on that one, but
I'm gonna sit Brees Hall. This might sound a little crazy, but pick 2 between Gibbs, Eckler, and McKinnon. I keep thinking of how McKinnon was going to go off at the end of the fantasy season last year.
Hey, don't count on that this year, man. Every year's different.
No Pacheco. I mean, I totally understand the thought process behind this.
Yeah.
Eckler, automatic, guaranteed, doesn't matter.
I'm sorry, Eckler. I know he's been bad, but I mean, if he's going to bounce back, it's going to be this week against the Broncos. I mean, they're bad against the run. Not great defense whatsoever in the first place. If he's going to bounce back, it's definitely going to be this game. And Gibbs is getting rolling. Unless I see McKinnon go off, I mean, maybe start him going forward after that. But I'm not taking the chance when you have 2 absolute studs in already.
Yeah, and the thing is like now that Monty's back and healthy, we have seen Gibbs, running back 25, running back 30. So I get it. The usage is still there. The explosiveness is still there that you want to see. I'm gonna go Gibbs. I'm gonna leave McKinnon on my bench and let it ride.
Yeah, I think it's just the right call. I mean, I get thought process is there. If we're fighting for any type of seeding or playoff potential, you gotta put those 2 out there.
Yeah, don't sit Lamar. Let Lamar ride. See, this is a good question too. Packers or Texans? Dude, the Jets are in shambles, man.
It's rough. No,
they're in absolute shambles. I'm be honest with you, and too, man. I don't know if you guys have noticed this. I paid a huge attention to this. I'm a big Derek Stingley fan. That bitch is balling.
That's our boy, man.
Derek Stingley looks real good, man. Him, Jalen Petrie. I mean, just a nice little combination. Will Anderson's getting going.
Took Petrie a little bit into the season to get going, but he's rolling now. He's
back. On the road, Texans. I think the Jets are worse than the Giants on offense. It sounds terrible.
Hey, It's a real tough call, man. But
Yeah, I'm going to do Texans.
yeah,
I
I
think
mean,
you're
I kind
leaning
of
right.
touched on it earlier, but D'Amico Ryan's his coaching. I mean, he's great. He's such a great minded defensive guy. He's got those guys right out there.
I think you got it right.
Improved.
I think I'm going Texans.
I lean Texans.
It's close. I like these two matchups for you.
No bias.
This is a good choice to have here. Off the top of my head, I'm gonna go. If T-Law plays, it's Ridley for me.
What a crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, if T-Law plays, it's Ridley for me.
If T-Law doesn't play, I think I really think I still might be starting Calvin Ridley, if I'm being honest with you. I mean, the Jets, we just touched on them. It's rough. I don't really want to start anything. I mean, get Garrett Wilson's definitely a stud. But I mean, quarterback play plays a huge part in this. I don't love Garrett Wilson this year just based off QB play. But I would imagine T-Law is playing, right?
I've read conflicting reports.
Okay.
I know
what I've seen, I think he's going, but I could be wrong. We'll see.
I know he's trying to go.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's a great question. What are you at on that side? T-Law. If T-Law's not going, are you still starting Calvin Ridley?
Nah, if T-Law is not playing, I go Garrett Wilson.
Such a tough call. I mean, who the Jets do starting this week?
The Jets are starting Zach Wilson. And his best games have come
with Garrett Wilson.
With Zach Wilson, yeah. Garrett Wilson, they have. I mean, he's. I think. I mean, we all know he scored week 1 in that. In that game where Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles. He has had a 100-yard game with Zach Wilson. I think he has 2 more touchdowns with Zach Wilson, if I'm not mistaken. He does get targeted early and often when it comes to the play with Zach Wilson. If Trevor Lawrence plays, I don't love the matchup. Obviously, we don't like Cleveland. I'm still starting Ridley. If Trevor Lawrence is out, I'm going to start Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, we'll say that although the Cleveland Browns don't give up a lot of yards, they give up a good amount of touchdowns. Surprisingly.
Miami or Houston? Tennessee.
I feel lean Houston here for the same reason. But man, the Dolphins are so scared because they can go out there and whoop a team, and we saw it already.
Yeah, the thing is this game plan doesn't fit Derrick Henry's skill set here at all.
No, absolutely not.
If Miami's up 14 at any point in this game, Derrick Henry's taken out of this game.
Tajay Spears' big game ahead.
I mean, I'm gonna go Miami. I'm gonna go Miami.
I'll ride with you. We'll go Miami.
At home.
It's close for me, but
yeah, at home I'm gonna go Miami.
Ooh, jeez.
All my wide receivers have backup QBs. Wilson, Adams. Yeah, it's rough.
Oh no.
I mean, but I do want to say this, man. If I saw anything, granted, I do think that we saw Jake Browning's best game of the season last week. Huge game from Jake Browning. And I know that 50% of Jamar Chase's production came on 1 catch. Jamar Chase you're starting Jamar Chase. That dude's just different.
Shaka, I feel so bad for you, dude. As a wide receiver guy myself, dude. I mean, you go into the season, you think you're gonna have Garrett Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. I mean, Devontae Adams has been pretty ageless up until this year, but mainly because of quarterback play. And then Calvin Ridley was supposed to be this great thing for the Jags. So that's a tough slate to go through, man.
Yeah, totally agree. Any suggestions for kickers between Koo, Santos, Dicker, and Tucker? I mean, I would pick up a kicker who scored double digits for me since week 3.
I feel that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you here, man. History always is on its side here. I never really vote against Justin Tucker, to be honest. You know what I mean? Like Justin Tucker is just the best in the business.
Rain
Um,
game. Does that make a difference for you?
no, not at all.
No.
Anybody that has a 90%, kicking percentage in his career, I'm never betting against Justin Tucker, man. It just is what it is. I don't know about you. Am I
I'm
wrong?
going to get Garrett Wilson the rock. Huh? I'm sorry.
Am I wrong?
Yeah. Absolutely. Sorry, I was reading ahead. I apologize. My bad.
Lamar, Goff, or Jordan Love. I'm telling you, man. I truly love the Jared Goff matchup. Truly do. Truly do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
We say, hey, still sitting Lamar though. If we say golf or love, we're telling people to sit Lamar Jackson.
no. You're also talking about two other top 12 QBs at the position. But the thing is, like, people look
Right.
at Lamar Jackson's QB 11 right now, but before the bye, he was QB 7. So he's a QB 1. All three are QB 1 options at this point.
Yeah, sure.
What we've seen from Jordan Love over these last 3-4 weeks, I mean, has been stellar football play. Really like what I've seen from him, managing the offense of the Green Bay Packers. Jared Goff is playing lights out. Lamar Jackson, again, you've talked about the weather game. The weather game doesn't bother me as much as
Right.
most.
That's what I was kind of getting at. It's like,
I'm just saying,
especially
I
with
do love
Lamar.
Jared Goff. I do love Jared Goff's matchup. It is in the Midway. It is in Chicago. We all know
23. They get him 23 passing touchdowns in the year. So
yeah.
pretty favorable
Again,
matchup.
we all know the splits away from Detroit. And how have played career for Goff. I'm gonna go Lamar. I'm not gonna stray
Sitting.
away from the QB1 you drafted. I'm gonna
I'm
go Lamar.
I'm I'm doing my best to ride with you more often on these because I feel like we conflict in the past a good amount. Part of me wants to go Jared Goff, I won't lie, but I'll ride with you with Lamar. It's close. It's
It's
so razor
close. Yeah, I
thin.
mean, all three are great QB
Yeah.
options. Like if this is your battle, this is not a bad battle to have. To be honest, it's not. You know what I mean? And there's always ability to ask other people. Like Alex, he streams behind us, and he does a really good job too. Typically, we all pretty much agree with each other. So this question, I would definitely ask Alex as well, for sure. That's true. But if you look over the last, 6 weeks, he's got, I think, 4 or 5 double-digit, target games. Then last week he had 7. I mean, they've tried to get Garrett Wilson the rock, no question about it. It just comes down to the fact that the quality of the target. You know what I mean? Garrett Wilson, I mean, he had 8 targets one game. He had 9 yards. That's really bad. You know what I mean? It sucks. I just wish Aaron Rodgers were on the field.
Yeah, Sam, dude. I wish I could have seen that play out. Why'd that have to happen to Aaron Rodgers, man? That run out with the American flag in week 1 before the game started, that whole thing was just magical. All taken away in 4 plays. It's tough.
Tucker having a down year. I mean, he was QB or kicker 6 before the bye week as well. I mean, it's Justin Tucker, man. I don't think anybody really wants to bet against Justin Tucker. The Bears defense is better than the first game. Agreed. They have played better. They have looked better. Drop one. Holy.
Hold on. We got to get to this. Chucks, buddy, I love you, man. You got to have somebody better to drop because I ain't dropping a single one of these.
True.
Who are you? Let me
can I ask why?
Let me ask this: who are you picking up to drop one of these guys?
Bijan, Eckler, A-Chain. God damn.
Well, I think Nika going forward is an absolute smash with Tank Dell gone. I mean, he's going to eat. I get Bijan struggling, but that's not somebody I want to drop. Eckler and A-Chain too. Like,
dude, look at Bijan's playoff schedule.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
If you're in the playoffs, look at his playoff schedule.
Eckler's struggling, but his same thing with him. He's got a great playoff schedule. I don't really want to drop him. And same thing, A-Chain. Like, it'd be out of our control. We'll wait this out a little bit longer. You'll get back with us on who you're picking up for. Oh, okay.
Locked in starters are Evans and St. Brown, and those I mentioned are my running backs. I need to win this week to get into the playoffs. Okay. So you got 2 running backs and 1 flex out of this spot. Okay.
Oh, I thought I meant like drop off the roster. I apologize.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this week, if I am going to sit somebody, it is going to be Bijan. Again, I've never liked the Tampa Bay Bucks matchup when it comes to the running backs. Again, we all know the receiving upside that Bijan possesses here. But give me Eckler in any game against any game. I'll take Eckler here. Again, I don't love the Tennessee matchup either, but I like the Miami offense overall.
Well, here's my thing with like they're playing the Titans, right? Sure, like they got I'll give it to them. They have a good run defense, but this game's gonna get out of control quick, and the Dolphins are gonna go to the run game regardless if it's successful or not. What Mike McDaniels does with that offense is insane to watch. I'm sure he can scheme something up for A-Chain if he needs to. There's going to be a lot of dead time in this game, I think. So I go Bijan here. Steve mentioned that the Tampa Bay defense is actually a solid unit. And Bijan's usage has been, although it's up now, has been up and down all year. Don't love sitting Bijan, but if I had to pick one, I'd go Bijan. Nico's just on fire with CJ Stroud.
Yeah. And it's hard to get a lock from this game because this is the game where Bijan was sick and Atlanta never reported that he was sick.
3 snaps. All the Bucs linebackers are hurt.
Devin White's out. Nah, Levante David's playing. Devin White's out, but that doesn't matter. It all comes up front with Vita Vea and all those guys up front. They're just dogs. But Levante's playing, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm gonna say Levante practice in full on Wednesday. The only one I think that's gonna miss time is Devin White.
I think we expected Devin White though, right?
Yeah, it's just the big guys on defense are Jamel Dean and Devin White. Yeah, I'm sitting Bijan here. Although I don't love the matchup against the Jets either. Montgomery, Gibbs, or Javonte. To me, it's Monty.
Need 2. So who are you sitting?
Need 2. Monty's my 1.
Yeah, you feel like he gets every goal line touch.
It's not just that, dude. He's actually like, granted the efficiency isn't. We all know Gibbs ran over 7 yards per carry last week, but at the same time, like Montgomery's just involved. He's not going anywhere. Back-to-back 15, 18 touches. He scored in 4 straight games. 3 of those 4 games had over 4 yards per carry here. He's not getting any receiving usage, but you know what you're getting with Monty. If anybody's betting on anybody to score this week, Monty's a good bet. Monty is more important to this offense at this current moment than Jahmyr Gibbs is. I think you have to chase usage here. I'm going to go Monty and I'm going to go Javonte.
That's tough for me because, given Chargers are not a great run unit, they're really not. Part of me wants to start Gibbs because even when Javonte is getting usage, the last 4 games has been kind of like, he's had his strides in the year, but it's tougher than you make it out to be.
It is. It is because he has yet to have a rushing touchdown this year.
Yeah, I was going to say that's what that was my next thing is like he has 2 touchdowns all year. So like you kind of throwing up a hope and a prayer that Javonte can get in the end zone. or we can go with Gibbs, whose usage is probably going to be pretty high against the Bears. And I know starting a running back stack is scary, but part of me wants to chase the upside with Gibbs. But I get that, like, it's not the best thing to do, given, like, maybe you should just go the safe route if you're trying to get in.
I just feel like you're like capping yourself when you start both.
Yeah, true. True. I don't know. If that's me and I'm running that roster, I'm probably going to sit Javonte, but we could sit Gibbs. I'm not too mad about it. I like the PPR aspect.
Like I said, it's close for me too. I think Monty's automatically guaranteed locked in. Harrison, right? So it's up to you. You're chasing the upside with a guy who has more touches, less efficient, has not scored a rushing touchdown all year, and then you're chasing Gibbs now that Monty is healthy. Back-to-back running back finishes outside the top 20.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you. But same thing for Javonte. Back-to-back games of 10 points. Like, that doesn't really move the needle for me. But it's all right. I'm not mad at you for starting Javonte. We can ride with it.
They're both enticing matchups.
Yeah.
I just think you cap yourself when you start both running backs. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I mean, I'm for it. I just hate the touchdown thing. Like 2 touchdowns.
Yes, I will agree with this. Chuba Hubbard actually did not look bad at all in this matchup. No ifs, ands, or buts. They looked vulnerable in that matchup. So yes, I will agree with Chuba Hubbard. Over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, awesome game.
But I mean, it's just a tough call going between those guys to like pick one when they're all studs. So it's like, gotta go with you.
Hubbard has back-to-back good games. Yes, he does.
Yeah, he's rolling.
Yeah, we
wrote about him super early on in a waiver wire. I think it was like week 9 or 10 when Miles Sanders started to fall off. Like
no, he was like week 5, week 6.
It was earlier than that. Jesus Lord. But yeah, no.
Who'd you rather have rest of season, McBride or Laporta? Laporta. Although McBride is a great rest of season tight end to own. Obviously, look at the snap percentages, look at the target percentages that's going his way. I believe it's over a 35% target percentage for McBride. No problem owning both if you for the rest of the season.
Give me Laporta too. I just love the Lions offense. I think
Give me
he took over immediately that TJ Hockenson role plus some games.
Start 2, sit 1, Collins, Smith, Jacobs. Smith's very generic. Are we going with Devontae Smith here?
I'm assuming in this situation it's probably Devontae.
All right, so I'll go with Devontae Smith here.
I hate Josh Jacobs this year. I'll be honest with you.
Jacobs, the Raiders have who? I can't remember off the top of my head.
I think the Vikings.
The Vikings.
Yeah. Who are pretty good against the run this year.
They are. They're 8th against the run.
I say I hate Jacobs. He's actually being efficient. Yeah, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Leaning back to week 8, we have, 3 top 10 finishes. Usage is there for Jacobs as well.
For sure. He's getting his usage. Well, it's been a few weeks, but he does have usage in the past game as well.
Yeah, I'm going to go Jacobs. I'm going to go Jacobs as one.
As your start?
As one of them, yeah.
I'm not sitting Nico Collins in any situation this week, if I'm being honest with you.
I'll be honest with you, too. Devontae Smith, for the last 5 games, wide receiver 1. Devontae Smith looks good. He looks really good, too. I will say that Nico has been better, especially these last 2 games, 191, 104. 2 touchdowns as well. But, I mean, look at it. Devontae scored the last 2 games as well. I think Devontae should be in this conversation. And there's a comment later on in this chat talking about Deron Bland as well. DK Metcalf showed that the Dallas Cowboys secondary is vulnerable, very vulnerable. So I do want to say that as well. Geno Smith also showed that they're very vulnerable. I mean, did many people expect Geno Smith to go in there and do that? No.
No.
Well,
No.
here we are.
So who are you here with? Because Skinny Reaper is way different than DK Metcalf.
I don't know, man.
Back.
I just want to say this. We all know what this Dallas Cowboys and Eagles offense can bring to the or Dallas Cowboys Eagles game.
I mean, it's gonna be a massive game.
It's gonna be a massive game. Massive game.
Are we saying sit Jacobs in? Yeah, I mean, I guess Nico probably wouldn't be the worst sit here, but
no, it's a tough question.
He's the number one receiver on that
question.
offense.
It's a tough question. I mean, we were worried about Devontae Smith early, and now Devontae Smith, has come to play some football. He's top 50 overall player. He's averaging over 15 fantasy points a game.
It's tough for me to say. I'm going to sit Smith.
You're going to sit Devontae?
Yeah. I mean, I don't love it. I don't want to sit any of these guys, but that's what I'm riding with.
I'm sitting Collins. I'm going to sit Nico.
I hope Nico goes off for 150.
Hey, it's possible. I'm going to sit Nico. J Herb or Russ? J Herb.
J Herb. I mean, I love you, William, but dang, man, bring me some heat next time, man.
Is there a better running back can't have besides Mitchell? No, snap percentages have increased. Efficiency has increased last 4 games coming out of the bye. With every touch he takes, he looks a lot better than Gus Edwards. Gus's efficiency just isn't there. Gus has just been a red zone monster this year. Yes, he looks really good. Rico, Uncle Ted has also mentioned him early. That's another great running back to have. Depending on how you break down the Steelers' backfield, Najee's still getting more touches, but Jaylen Warren's been more effective with his touches as well. There's a couple of handcuffs that have been there. Talk about the Seahawks backfield. We don't know how that's going to play out. I assume Ken Walker is going to get bulk touches again. This is how it's been all season. So Zach Charbonnet holds pretty high upside value with that as well.
I would say Tajay Spears is also on that level too. Behind
Tajay Spears is on that level as well.
Let's not forget about him now. Zach Moss.
Zach Moss. I mean, yeah. Now if you held Zach Moss, it looks real good for you. I need one: Javonte, Zay, or Keaton Mitchell.
Bad weather. I'm saying Javonte. We told him to start earlier. I'm not backing down now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Javonte here as well.
I ain't backing down now.
I meant Elijah Mitchell. He meant Elijah Mitchell. Hold on. Totally different questions. Okay. Yeah, Javonte.
Javonte for sure. Sorry for no real explanation. We've been here preaching about the bad weather we don't like in the Ravens, and
Zach Moss or Breece Hall. It's me. People have been saying Moss too automatically for me not to be sus. Look, man, you're not gonna find a bigger Breece Hall fan than me. That's for sure. But this matchup, it is Zach Moss.
It's Zach Moss.
Unfortunately, it's Zach Moss.
Jets offense is in shambles. I hate it. Too many people have been saying Moss. Automatically,
I agree. I agree. It is Zach Moss, though.
That's that list, baby.
But yeah, Ryan. So let's preview some of these games. Big game, Bills-Chiefs game. So what are you thinking about in the Bills-Chiefs game?
Dude, here's Josh Allen's going to go out there, and we might see an all-time game from him. Because if they lose this game to the Chiefs, they're going to get a 6-7 fighting for the playoffs. Plus the Chiefs, they ain't been playing that fantastic.
3 of the last 5 games they've lost.
I was about to say they've been losing games. I think it's a big game for both teams. Now, who am I going to pick to win?
It's in Arrowhead, right?
Yeah, I believe so. I'm like 85% sure on that. Let me verify to be sure, but I'm pretty sure it's an Arrowhead. Yeah. Who do you have in that game though? Because I'm sitting here looking at it. Part of me wants to say Bills are gonna try to go out there and do everything they can to get this win. I mean, they needed this win
they have
way
to.
more than
They
the
have
Chiefs
to win
do.
this game.
Yeah, they don't have a choice.
I have not been impressed with the Kansas City Chiefs at all. Like I said, three losses in the last 5 games. No Isaiah Pacheco. Huge exposure to the Bills as their run game. They're one of the worst run defenses in the league this season. Losing Pacheco hurts. I don't like this Chiefs team at this current moment. I love their defense.
Why are we saying that in the first place, dude? Like, we're doubting Mahomes that much? I mean, I get like
I'm not down on Mahomes. I'm just down on the system in general. I mean, there's no wide receiver consistently producing in this offense. Take away anybody outside the name of Travis Kelce. Rashee Rice has looked decent in moments.
I was about to say, I like Rashee Rice. He's not a bad.
Yeah, I like Rashee Rice. He looks decent in moments, but it's not. This isn't the same explosive Chiefs offense we've come to know over the last 7 years.
Yeah, Travis Kelce getting old. No Tyreek Hill. They try to replace Tyreek Hill,
but at the same time, they're in games. They're in games due to the uptick in the defensive play. They looked really good all year. Nick Bolton is back. So I don't know who wins this game. I truly don't. I'm gonna take the Chiefs because it's in Arrowhead. I am. If I have to take a pick here.
Bills got to win that game, man. They're gonna give it their all. Give me the Bills in this one. Just C-E.
Oh man, McKinnon or Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Or Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I mean, I'll say that McKinnon at least has receiving upside. CEH has like what? Has he ever done anything efficient in fantasy football ever? I mean, I hate to say it like that. You won't find a bigger Clyde Edwards-Helaire hater than me. I made the mistake of my life in Dynasty, taking fucking Jonathan Taylor or Clyde Edwards-Helaire over Jonathan Taylor because of the hype, and that's the worst to this day. The worst draft pick I've ever made.
Yeah, I think if I had to pick one to make an impact in this game, it's gonna be Jerick McKinnon.
Yeah, it's got to be McKinnon. Pacheco's good in this run game because he's an explosive, like run you over, like angry runner. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is not that.
And this was a good matchup for Pacheco coming into it. It was a huge matchup for Pacheco. I really like this matchup. Zach Moss or Montgomery? Monty.
Woo! That's a great question. But
Monty.
I still say Monty. I mean, they just hand the rock to him. They get anywhere inside the 5. And that's a hell of a team to have that on. The Lions score a lot. They don't use Gibbs in the red zone. Well, near the goal line only once because Montgomery literally sent him out there himself to get the touchdown. Give me Monty. I think the Lions are going to put up a lot of points against the Bears. Given they have looked improved, I love watching Lions football, man.
Devontae Smith or Puka? At Baltimore? At Baltimore, Matt Stafford? Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith in Dallas.
Here's what I say.
I'm going Devontae.
I'm going Devontae.
This is a good question.
I just wanted to.
Please, people, please talk about this. This is a good question. You're not going to meet a bigger Puka Nacua fan than me. I was on Puka Nacua from the beginning of Puka when I was doing his draft profile. I love Puka. It's great to see him play. 2 wide receiver 1 finishes in 2 of the last 3 weeks as well. 2 touchdowns in the last 2 of the 3 weeks. He looks good. I just want to say this. It doesn't look like it's going to be good weather on the East Coast. I personally think that Dallas Eagles game brings a lot to the table
right
for both teams. If Baltimore goes in and beats the Rams by 20, I'm not surprised. They're just that good of a team.
Well, on top of that, I mean, bad weather, and on top of that, they're already like the number 2. They've only given up 10 pass touchdowns all year, 171 a game, and it's bad weather. Not a lot of doesn't sound great to me. Give me Devontae. That Eagles Cowboys game is going to be insane.
This game's going to be an insane game.
Yeah.
How do you guys think JJ will fare rest of season? Be honest with you, man. He went down in was it 5 or 6? He went down midway week 5.
Week 5.
We're now at week 14. I don't think they rushed JJ back in any means. I think they handled it the right way with JJ. I mean, it's JJ. If you're asking me, does he automatically slot back into my top 10? Sure. Does he slot into my top 5? I don't know. Obviously, we've been impressed with Josh Dobbs in Arizona. He's had a couple of games in Minnesota where he looked really good, and these last 2 games have looked really bad. And TJ Hawkinson has been the biggest benefactor of the targets in Minnesota.
We haven't seen JJ back yet.
We haven't seen JJ back in this system.
Yeah.
But just based off name alone, JJ is a top 10 wide receiver for me. The rest of
He's definitely top 10. Now, is he going to go out there and burn teams like he did when he was with Kirk Cousins? Probably not. I mean, a lot of it has to do with Josh Dobbs instead of JJ himself. But, I mean, was to be 9 weeks missed with a hamstring injury. He said he wasn't coming back until he was 100%. They did this the right way. I don't think they're going to send their superstar out there if he's not ready to roll. They gave it probably 2 extra weeks just to be sure, if we're being honest.
Yeah, I like it. I think I have him top 10
this season. I don't expect him to be like in the top 3 in the same conversation with like a CeeDee Lamb or those guys up there.
Rashee Rice or Javonte Williams? Javonte.
Rashee Rice, we touched on it. Rashee Rice is the receiver there in Chiefs, but you never really know. I mean, Travis Kelce's still there. I think Javonte Williams is a plus matchup this week against the Chargers.
Is DJ Moore a top 5 wide receiver with a healthy field? I'll be honest with you. This is a great question because if you were to ask me top 10, I'll say no doubt.
No doubt top 10.
No doubt
top 5.
So when you're thinking of top 5, your thoughts go to Tyreek, AJ Brown,
CeeDee Lamb,
Monra, Chase.
But, I mean, you're looking at Chase, no Burrow. JJ, you could say JJ, but he's got Dobbs. I mean,
I'll give you top 7.
I'll give you top 7. And I'm sure we're forgetting somebody because I feel like I always forget one person.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs. So, I mean, tough.
Although I haven't been impressed with Diggs either. Keenan Allen. Sorry, let me.
Diggs. I got there. Uncle Ted, give me a second.
Yeah, I'll go top 10. I'll give you top 10 for sure.
10. I don't think I'm ready to say top 5, but I mean he's
when him and Fields are on the field together, they're nasty.
They're clicking, man.
They're clicking. Kincaid or Ferg?
First of all, thank you for subbing. Glad to have you here. Appreciate you. Appreciate the question. The whole 9. Thank you. Joe King. I'm a little scared Dawson Knox going to eat. Dawson Knox ain't going to eat, man. But, I mean, with him being back, I do tend to kind of lean Ferguson. Because he's using that red zone. I mean, I know you're a big Kincaid guy, so I'm sure you're cooking up something in the kitchen over there.
No, I'm going to be honest with you. I think this is Ferguson. Yeah, I like the matchup more with how volatile the Eagles defense has been this year.
Yeah.
The Chiefs have done everything right on the defensive side of the ball. Kincaid, obviously we can talk about the increase, the target volume with him, I mean, no problem with that question here. But Jake Ferguson has been a monster in his own right and as a tight end this year. So I'm going to go Jake Ferguson here as well.
Yep. Jake, baby.
I'm stupid for one to play Purdy over Josh Allen this week. No, you're not.
Oh,
you're not stupid because Purdy has looked really good.
He has, but like as joking over that joking, whatever the fuck you want to be called, but he makes a good point. CMC gets a lot of those touchdowns.
Bro, he has 11 touchdown passes in the last 4 weeks.
But dude, I'm telling you, dude. Chiefs, Bills. This is always a great matchup, dude. I'm not
disagreeing with you, but you tell me that Brock Purdy has not been playing well enough to be in this conversation, in this question, because he has. Another divisional game with Seattle. Huge divisional game. You know,
tell me Brock Purdy's rushing upside.
There is none. No question about it. There is none here. I'm not saying that. I get what Josh Allen brings to the table on the rushing upside. Yeah. But I also want to bring up to the fact that Brock Purdy has thrown 11 touchdown passes in the last 4 weeks.
I don't want to discredit that. I don't want to.
You know what I mean? And at the same time, granted, he played terrible against Seattle. You know what I mean? He was outside the top 20 QBs last week or 2 weeks ago. But here we go. We're in San Fran. I do think this question should actually be a legitimate question.
That's a shame.
It's going to be Josh Allen for me. It is. It's going to be Josh Allen just due to the fact that, you know what I mean, he was my Scott Fish first overall pick. You know, the rushing upside is huge. I get it. Right. But I just want to say to everybody out there, all the Brock Purdy haters, that this is actually a good question.
Yeah. It's a valid question. It is. And I want to like discredit the question, you know what I mean? I'm not going to say you're stupid for considering it. Like, I wouldn't take it that far, but just, I don't know. Josh Allen, the rushing upside against the Chiefs. I get there at Arrowhead. The defense is better, but like, this is a game where their season's not pretty much.
My man has 11 touchdown passes the last 4 weeks.
I'm saying Josh Allen. I'm moving on with my life. You do what you want.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying, bro, you guys got to stop hating on this man, Brock Purdy.
Hey, man, you were the biggest Trey Lance fan in the whole world. Don't start preaching Brock Purdy now. Don't start preaching him now to me.
Dude, you know what? Brock is the man. He's the man. I can't disagree here. I'm a good Josh Allen, though.
But, yeah.
How do y'all feel about Austin Eckler this week? Bounce back week.
Bounce back week. Now, I'm not sitting him under any circumstances. I don't care who's on my bench. We've answered a few questions tonight already about Eckler. If he bounces back, this is his game. Broncos are bad. Bad. So, I mean, I'm starting rolling him out there with confidence, despite the last 2 weeks being a little rough.
Yep, I'm rolling it out there with confidence as well. Chandler, this is what I'm saying too, bro. I'm glad that we have literally proven this. I'm glad you're on my side here because I don't think it's a bad question. Ryan thinks it's an awful question.
I didn't say that. I just said it's Josh Allen. Like I said, I don't think it's a dumb question. Like, your point is definitely valid. Like, Purdy is balling, but like, it's gonna be one of those things where like he falls off this week, big CMC week. Like, he's very much a product of the weapons around him. As opposed to Josh Allen, who is the offense.
Now, I will say this, man. There's only been 3 games where Josh Allen hasn't been a QB1. Statistically, numbers are going to ride in your favor here. Obviously, we all know that Brock Purdy, I mean, how many games does he have over 30 passing attempts? I'm going to say no more than 2. So it is the efficiency of the offense. He does look really good in that scheme. Like I said, 11 touchdown passes over the last 4 weeks. He's had 1 game. The last game at Seattle, he had 1. He was outside the top 20 QBs. I think Purdy's a great start. I truly do.
He's not surpassed over 25 passing attempts on the season.
He has more than 25 in 1 game.
Oh, you're right. 29, 37. Oh, I'm tripping. I was looking at the wrong thing. My bad. I was looking at completions. I apologize. Yeah, he's had a good amount. 1, 2, 3, 30 or more.
So 3. Every game, Josh Allen's throwing 30 or more passes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So it just comes down to volume here, man. I'm on your side here. I'm not going to say that it's a crazy question because I don't think the Chiefs are the same. Kelsey doesn't look the same to me. This is his lowest yards per target, yards per catch, and since his rookie season. I do think that there is a lot wrong with the Kansas City Chiefs offense. So I don't disagree with you in any way.
Do it your own. I just don't want to go on this podcast and tell someone to sit Josh Allen. That's not scares me.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not saying it's Josh Allen. I'm just saying that I think that's a legit question.
It is. It is.
So off rip, Cook is off. I'm not starting Cook.
Straight up. All right, need to. Thank you for the question, Tim.
I'm gonna go Nico, and I'm gonna go and like I've already said this, if Trevor plays, I'm gonna go Ridley.
If he doesn't, Singletary?
No, if he doesn't, I'm going Garrett Wilson.
Singletary's hot, man.
It wasn't hot last week.
Nah, that's true. I'll give you that one. But yeah, Nico Collins for sure. And yeah, Calvin Ridley. As long as T-Law is going. I would imagine they're probably gonna, he wants to be out there. He'll probably be out there. Give me Nico and Ridley.
I also don't like him playing. Against the Chiefs or against the Browns in this game.
Chiefs.
Against the Browns this game.
Yeah,
all
but
right. Dallas Eagles. Let's talk it.
Shoo! Oh my God, son.
Clash of the Titans here. Two solid squads.
They're meeting at the absolute right time. Dak Prescott is on fire.
Sure.
Both teams are clicking on all cylinders. Given the Chiefs, Cowboys defense is a lot better than the Eagles is, but
I do think when Nick Bosa said we gave them the blueprint for the Cowboys to beat the Eagles, I do think that is true.
Yeah.
The Niners went in there and just manhandled the Eagles. The Eagles have played a lot of close games this year. They have not looked like obviously last year's Super Bowl team. I think we've only seen them play that way, play like the Super Bowl team we know in like 3 games this year. A lot of these games, I haven't been impressed with the Eagles in any way. Who wins this game, man?
Look, dude, I'm going to be honest with you. I hate the Cowboys. I'd rather any other team, well, the Tom Brady Patriots, but any other team I'd like to see lose more, but I think the Cowboys might take this one, man. I mean, they're at home. Big game. They're talking what for the conference, for leading in the division, I would imagine, right?
No. Eagles 10-2, Cowboys. This is
9-3.
9-3, yeah, but at the same time, it's head to head. Then we're going down to strength of schedules. I'd have to break all that down. So let's just say it's to be up top the NFC East.
I'll take the Cowboys in this one, just for the record.
Remember, I did say there has not been a repeat Super Bowl or NFC East winner since the 03-04 Eagles.
Yeah, we were split on this in the preseason. We did our predictions for the divisions, and you said, "Yep." I said Eagles. You said Cowboys. So here we are, man.
To win the NFC East. If history's going to repeat it, here's the game. I'm going to take Philly.
Ooh, we're split on this. I'm surprised you're taking Philly.
I'm going to take Philly.
I'm looking forward to this game, dude. This is going to be...
me too. It's going to be a good game. I can't wait.
It's going to be really good for fantasy football.
God's sakes.
Zay Jones.
Yeah, I'm going to go Zay if Trevor plays.
I don't want to start either of those other two in any situation. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm sorry, Chandler, but CEH is not a good running back, and Trey Palmer's buried. So,
yeah, I'm going to go Zay here as well.
18-team flex. So, I get that you're going between those players, but.
For sure. Just want to check Twitter, make sure we don't have anything going at this current moment.
Yeah, we're normally at our typical hour mark, so.
Yeah. I'll give you guys a couple seconds just to see if we have any more questions here, but I think we're going to get out of here on that one, buddy.
Yeah. Like I said, normally we do game of the week for these start and sits. I think the game of the week, what do you have, Chiefs, Bills, or?
No, Cowboys, Eagles. No
Cowboys,
question,
Eagles.
Cowboys,
Cowboys,
Eagles, bro.
Eagles. Okay. Zay Jones or
Jalen
Demario?
Tolbert, sneaky wide receiver play. Hey, I like Michael Gallup myself, but we'll go with Jalen Tolbert. You guys thought on Cup in Baltimore in the rain. I don't like the matchup, to be honest. I haven't liked what I've seen from Cooper Kupp at all this season. Outside of the first 2 games he came back, to be honest.
You're in the rain and against the second best pass defense in the league.
Yeah,
only 171 yards per game they give up, and it's in the rain. I don't love the matchup or the situation for Cup this week. And then Zay Jones, Demario Douglas, rest of the season.
Also, Ted, thank you. We appreciate you, buddy.
Ted. Thanks for coming out, buddy. Thanks for hanging around. We were here for most of the stream. Thank you.
Zay or Demario Douglas?
Demario pops. I will say that. Thanks, Taylor. Hey, bud. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate that. Take care, buddy. Hopefully see you next week. I don't either. My only other options are Zay Jones, Tyler Boyd, or Shakir. Oh, okay. I guess just for the upside, you kind of have to keep him in there.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I think I'm going to take Demario Douglas here in this question.
Yeah, Demario Douglas for me too.
Yeah, I'm going to take Demario Douglas rest of the season.
Yeah.
Zay, Tyler Boyd, or Shakir. Sheesh.
This is what I was just talking about. Like in this situation, I think you still
you have to start. You have to start Cup for sure.
You still start Cup.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not the greatest thing in the world. Like I get it's maybe not the most excited thing to get behind, but like you got to throw him out there. You just got to hope. Take care. Have a good one. Take care. We'll see you next week, I hope.
Yeah, we're gonna ride with Cup here, even though I don't love the matchup.
Yeah.
Brian, anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Yeah. I was gonna try to do this little preach, maybe a little late now, but like, listen, dude, yards per, we're running up on 2K subs. Smash that button, man. Yards per to the moon. We joined it when they had 12. We're rapidly growing. We're glad to have you guys out here in the stream. We appreciate you so much for the support. Yards per to the moon, man. I'm excited to be part of this team, and we're rolling, baby.
1.76K subs, and we're rolling.
We're rolling, baby.
1.76K subs. I think we've been on for what, 8 months now? 7 months.
We've been on for a good bit.
Good bit
of this. Yeah.
So anybody out there, if you enjoy the show, sub. We also dropped a video about dynasty tight ends. If anybody in here is a dynasty player, Saints D versus the Panthers, Jags D versus the Browns, or Denver D versus Chargers. In this option, I'm going Saints D versus the Panthers.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Way to get the buzzer beater in right when we're about to end.
Way to shoot the shot. I'm gonna say 8 months, but 1.76K subs, huge for everybody. I mean, Alex made that Thanksgiving tweet about everybody on the team and how he was thankful for what they've done. Dude, phenomenal team over here at Yards Per. Again, I can't forget my man Leo over at RPO.
Absolutely not.
Can't forget Leo.
Still the master of IDP.
Yeah. Did we have 400 views on our Dynasty tight end video the other day from RPO, from the subscribers and the viewers, man? Awesome.
Right.
Awesome.
All right, let's get Alex going, man. We gotta get Alex on.
Yeah, Alex is on at 10. So Alex has like a 20-minute buffer. So I just want to say thank you guys, man. We love being a part of this team. Guys, follow us here on Twitter. Let us know what we did well. Let us know what we didn't do well. Because again, we can't hit on every question.
Right.
But we're going to try to hit on every question. So if there's something that we did, let us know. If there's something that we didn't do great, let us know. We're always here for the criticism. It's what we do. We can take it, promise you. But on that note, guys, we are out.
Hey, good luck in seeding playoffs. Good luck, guys.
Good luck. Let's go catch some W's.